What a beautiful evening. I'm here and I'm KP.
And I'm Sophia. Welcome to the Nightly on Hatch Plus, where your library holds are always perfectly spaced out.
That's nice.
It is so nice.
That's quite nice. I've been really looking into libraries near me because I just moved.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was a big free events head over at the Brooklyn Library.
What kind of events would you go to there?
Well, so, one of my most harrowing was, I was just sort of like kind of in my year of yes, sort of saying yes to anything. And I saw there was a chess event and I go, you know what? I'd love to learn chess. This will be nice. And it said all levels. I said, awesome. I got there accidentally quite early. So it was like 45 minutes that I was sort of just like sitting, and the room was outside the kids section. Mm-hmm. So I was just sort of like sitting on a tiny chair, sort of like knees to my chin for a bit. Yeah. And then I go in and there was a reason it was in the kids section. It was 12 6-year-olds and then me in a dinosaur chair.
That could be an amazing opportunity to learn.
Not staying. I didn't like the optics of it. I went, no.
Totally. Well, now I look egg on my face. I look like a freak. So
I said, they are firstly better than me. I can tell by the way they're talking.
Of course.
Which is going to feel horrible. And then I don't feel this is my perfect environment for learning. I'm going to feel odd talking with my 6-year-old person that's beating me.
Yes.
So I turned right around. I pretended I forgot my coat. I went, oh,
shoot.
Oh, and then I left. But then I also went to a sewing one, and I went to a photography one, and a creative writing.
Oh, fun.
So there's some good ones.
Oh, wait, cool. I need to really hop on that. I'm kind of never at the library.
The creative writing one was legitimately very cool. And everybody goes every week. So you develop a little bit of a cool, fun, free team of writers.
Okay, that's really fun.
It was fun.
I really should lock into the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should really, other than just getting books, they actually have a ton of resources famously.
Yeah,
so
famously. They have, I'm looking in over here because a lot of them have sewing machines.
Oh yeah,
that you
that's
can just
awesome.
go and sew. And I was like, ooh, if I can just do a whole load of hemming at the library real quick, wow, wouldn't that be nice?
Oh my God. I know. I don't know how to sew at all, and it would be so nice to know. It would be so nice to know how to sew. So
yeah, I think that's my big treat to myself this year would be learning how to really tailor things. I think that I'd be kind of unstoppable.
I know. It'd be so nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of my good friends knows how to sew, and I'm like, that's amazing.
It's so cool.
In a more meaningful way than other people I know. She quilts and stuff, which is cool. She goes to the Brooklyn Quilters Guild.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really sweet. It's mostly her and a bunch of old women, of course, but then there are some younger people who go. They just show their quilts off, and then sometimes they have shows that I go to. It's really, really cute.
I really love just a display of creativity.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Go clap. Yeah.
I know, literally.
Well, with books on the brain, Sophia, let's kick off this meeting of the Nightly Book Club.
Oh my God, thank freaking God I've been waiting for this.
What have you been reading lately?
Okay. I read I Who Have Never Known Men. Have you read that?
Okay, so coming up, spoiler, we're going to ask what you want to read next, and that's what I chose for what I want to read next.
Amazing. I recommend it. It was really good. This is a kind of speculative fiction. It was published a while ago. It was published in the 90s, and I actually think is a translation. I don't think it was originally in English. And it's about these women who, it's dystopian kind of, but they don't really know what's going on. But all these women basically live in a cage. They live in a cage. And one of them is a quote unquote child, meaning that she's been there her entire life, whereas the other women haven't. And it was really good. It actually made me want to read The Handmaid's Tale, which is famous, obviously. We all know about this. Just because I was reading about it on Reddit afterwards, and someone said that it would be interesting to read them in conversation with one another, basically. But it was good. It made me think. And it's a really quick read. It's very short. I really enjoyed it.
If you get over to Handmaid's Tale, I read one recently that was kind of a companion-esque to Handmaid's Tale called The Power, I think.
Okay.
And the premise is also like this, like, dystopia, speculative fiction of where like kind of all of a sudden women start developing like electro powers.
Okay,
like it's like
period.
some sort of like mutation-y thing is happening with like that. And so now they have the ability to kind of like go off X-Men style.
Love.
And how that might affect power dynamics
in
the world. It's very cool.
Okay, I love that.
Wait, you said I Who Have Never Known Men made you think about what?
This book, certainly I was like, what did that mean? And I don't know if I have any of the answers. Of course, I was like, this is a queer text, but I don't actually know if that's true. It kind of felt like, in a good way, a positive way, a book that you would read in school and do a close reading upon and be like, this means this. And I didn't write like an essay about it necessarily.
Not necessarily, but there's sort of a verbal essay happening right now.
Right now, me writing it made me think about things. How's that? But it was a book where I was like, really, I kind of was like, I wonder what that meant. And then I was like on Reddit reading about like what people thought it meant.
That's good.
I don't know. There's like a very obvious interpretation that's like, it's just the trap of being a woman, of course, and like you are obviously never free, period.
Nice.
That's part of my verbal essay.
Period.
But yeah, period. Me writing my essay.
Okay, that is truly on my next up list. Okay, but currently, well, I just finished, because currently I'm reading a memoir about this woman's sort of descent into mental madness.
Wait, what is that called?
The Center Cannot Hold.
Okay.
And I'm not really a memoir girl. I'm not really a nonfiction girl, but it's hitting this year. I don't know why. I'm like, my brain, something switched within my brain, and now I'm able to like read nonfiction a little better. And to your point, what I'm like, I do like switching back and forth between like what a book is used for. Like some are pure entertainment. I'm like, this book is just simply...
no, some of them it's literally TV.
Yeah, this is TV. But it's like I feel better because I'm reading, which is like great. So whatever. But some are like fully, I'm like, no, this is bad. This is bad writing. This is bad for me. This is bad.
Right.
But I go, I'm reading. But then I switch over to nonfiction. Then I go to historical classics. So it's like I'm hitting what I need to hit brain wise. But so this one was a Greek story of, I guess, Oedipus. It was kind of like a retelling-ish of Oedipus, where it is like, what if they weren't related? And I kind of was like, well,
that kind of
not
like,
to be a purist, but that's sort of the
kind
point
of the whole point, is it not?
No, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of the whole point. And then I guess in the actual Greek myth, Antigone is like their daughter, and that's its own Greek tragedy. So they put that one in this story as well. But again, the retelling was like, yeah, and what if like the tragic part was actually just kind of unfortunate from other things that weren't humans? And it was like, well, for sure.
Okay.
And it was like a little, it's not even that the author was trying to be like, they're not at all related. It was just more as if like, what if it sort of doesn't matter what you do if you're just always going to end up in the same place?
Yeah.
So that
totally.
is, I'm like, okay, I'm willing to go down that path. But I certainly was like, well, I think the actual story of Oedipus is so strong and has sort of endured for thousands and thousands of years. The source material is kind of...
it's a classic for a reason.
Beloved because of the unfortunate way that the gods punish us.
Totally.
But I thought the writing was really good, and I really like it. It spurred me to want to actually just go back and read the Greek tragedies as the source material. So that's been fun. So I've like bought a few of them to be like, all right, if you like the real thing, let's go ahead and read the real thing.
Yeah, of course. Did you read The Fruit of the Dead?
No. Is that?
That is a retelling of, I think, the myth of Persephone. That I read like maybe this summer or something. It's really good. It's fun. It's like fun. It's about a girl who becomes kind of like a nanny for this like really, really rich guy, and then like lives on this island with him basically, and is like, do I go home or do I stay here forever? And yeah, it was really good. But I'm like, so I really don't like read. I don't know. I haven't read any like Greek myths since like school basically. Yeah. So I'm not like, whenever it's like based on it, I'm like, that actually doesn't have much meaning for me. Oedipus is like kind of a classic where I like can kind of know the general happenings or whatever, but I really don't. I was not familiar with the myth of Persephone, so that would maybe I will go back and like actually read that or something and see how they compared. But that was fun.
I read the Odyssey not too long ago, and I was like, maybe I'll actually give it another go before the movie comes out.
Oh,
because don't we have Matt Damon as Oedipus or Odysseus coming up?
I bet you're right. I didn't know that.
We are. Yeah.
Wow.
It could be good.
Ooh-la freaking law. Oh my God. I know. I really am like, oh, I should like read more like classics too, but I just like never do it really, but I should.
Some don't hit. There's like certain time periods where I go, ooh, that whole 50 years, I'm not interested in the way you guys were writing at all.
Y'all were writing some freaking trash. Wait, what are your favorites?
I mean, favorites got to be Frankenstein, and I just think like she really went off on that. And she really ate that, and she was 19 when she wrote it.
That's crazy. Obviously, that's literally
and she wrote
insane.
it in like a weekend. If I'm messing this up, whatever. But she was married to a famous writer guy who was old and hanging out with his buds, and they were like. They would do these retreats where it's like, okay, let's like make a competition. We're here in the cabin for 2 weeks. Whoever can write the best story wins. And so they would go off and do these writing retreats. And it was like a rainy cabin weekend. She's 19. She busts out Frankenstein kind of as is, perfect, no editing needed, basically.
That's crazy.
And they all were like, yeah, you got us. You actually got us on that one.
Honestly, you won this one. You won this round.
You really got us.
Damn, I need to do that. Like go to a cabin and like write Frankenstein or whatever, but one day.
One. The ones that are not, the ones I can't, I just am not in the Brontë period. The way they write isn't, I wish it was for me because I love the idea of liking those.
Yes, of course.
I like the valor that I would get. It would look cool for me to like those.
It'd be really cool if I liked those, but I don't.
I was like, I love Wuthering Heights.
No,
it's my favorite
it's
book.
kind of cool to not like it though, because it's like I actually read those and I have an opinion. So
yeah, I just couldn't. I mean, I couldn't even finish. I just kind of was like, oh my God, you guys. You got to go somewhere, right?
Y'all, this is boring for
it's
real.
A lot of yearning. Get out the house.
I really would love some action.
I know. Please get out of here.
Oh my God. I had to read so many of those books in high school and then I never really returned to them.
Frankenstein's also really short and 'tis the season. So that's my recommendation for you.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll read Frankenstein.
It's quite short and she just kind of like gets... there's something very... Because in the original story, Frankenstein's like hot. He's like beautiful.
He's sexy.
And so I think there's some interesting undertones of like man creates beautiful man and then is scared of how beautiful he is. There's just some interesting like there's more than what the movies were giving us.
What else are you wanting to read?
Speaking of classics, my next one that I have on the shelf is Dante's Inferno. I'd like to hit that one because I hear good things and I think that'll be good for my brain. But honestly, I might do, as I'm saying, I kind of go back and forth between trash TV, books. I might, after this memoir, need a real goofy one for a sec. Because just to clear the palate.
You should read The Compound. Did I already recommend that to you?
No.
That is a book that's like, it's like a novel that is about a girl who is on a reality TV show that is kind of like a mix between Love Island and The Hunger Games. And I feel like I've talked about this a lot on the show already, so I won't say too much else. But that is like a good, like, it's not, I wouldn't not even say it's trash. It's just like very easy to read.
Fun. Yeah.
Kind of TV vibes. But it's like well done.
I love it. I'm quite the sci-fi head too. So I always like a little dystopia. What are we doing with that? You know, just a little.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
Great. What's next for you?
I was hearing about just this book called When Brooklyn Was Queer that I want to read. That is kind of, I think the title is self-explanatory, which is just like the gay queer history of Brooklyn, and that sounded interesting. But then I got recommended. I'm kind of similarly. I'm like, should I read? And maybe I should just read both at the same time. Something that's maybe a little bit more challenging. Or someone recommended me a romance series.
Go on.
Called Better Than the Movies.
Oh,
have you heard of this?
No.
I'd never heard of it. But my friend was like, it's no smut. It is only romance.
See,
I was like,
kind of.
amazing.
That is like an important sector of all of this, because I think when you say romance series, there's a connotation.
Of course.
There's just like a lot going on in some of those.
There is a lot going on. Just to be clear, I actually don't read smut. I actually want to be clear about that, but I also respect everyone who does. Of course, those are my friends. I know people who read smut, but yeah, I've also talked about this, but I've read basically like so many Emily Henry books. That's something that happened to me last year.
Yep.
And so maybe I'll break into another romance series.
Yeah, I was hitting a lot of the romantices last year.
Yeah.
I was hitting kind of the major ones there.
I haven't read the romanticy books yet.
I think they work for me in a way that the Emily Henrys don't. And when I say work for me, I need you to know, I don't mean I'm liking the smut in any particular way.
Of course, but like you like the world building or whatever.
I kind of do like the fantasy parts. And
totally.
I go, okay. Yeah.
I'm certainly interested because this year I started reading like, I haven't read any fantasy, but I started reading like speculative books. Like I read all the books that were like the Station 11 books and a bunch of like dystopian books and stuff. And so I'm like, I feel like the next frontier is fantasy because before that I didn't read any, like I would never gravitate towards anything that was out of kind of just like the realm of real life, I suppose.
Sure.
And so I'm intrigued to see, I'm interested in seeing if I like the fantasy world.
I'd love to get you over to the sci-fi world a little too.
Oh my God, yeah. Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah. I think the major 3 writers that you kind of can't go wrong. Like I've read so many and I'm like, they're all good. Robert Heinlein, he's kind of our best of our best over there. Okay. And he has, I'll give you Moon is a Harsh Mistress. That's the one I most recently read of him, and that one's really good. Okay. And then Octavia Butler. I mean, of course. She's just incredible. And I think her Parable of the Sower series, right? That's her?
Yes. Yeah.
That one's really good.
Okay.
And then we have Ursula Le Guin. Yeah. She's really incredible too. So those are just kind of, you pick at random there and you're going to have some fun.
Yeah. I've been meaning to read Left Hand of Darkness?
Yeah.
That has been like highly recommended to me. Yeah. But I definitely feel more inclined to read sci-fi than fantasy. So maybe that'll be like the final bridge to fantasy. Great.
Yeah, I honestly think Parable of the Sower would hit really hard. Okay. It's a fun one.
One of the books in the Station 11 like universe.
Yeah, what are the other ones?
So it's, let me see.
Is Sea of Tranquility in there?
Yes. Okay. It's Sea of Tranquility and The Glass Hotel.
Okay.
And then Station 11.
Okay.
I loved Sea of Tranquility. That one I really liked. And that one is like sci-fi because I was like, it's time travel.
Yeah, I have to say she's not my girl. I don't know why.
She's not your girl.
Emily St. Mandel is just like, we're not communicating well.
Okay. Got it. Don't worry.
Her and I, we just like,
I don't have an open line of communication to her.
No. I can't get where she's trying to take me.
Totally.
Sea of Tranquility, I go, I think enough, right? I don't know why.
Well, I definitely felt like I was an outlier because then I was like, well, one of my favorite things to do after I read books, obviously, is go on Reddit and see what other people think of them. Yes. Because it's like, what's my opinion? What's your opinion?
Let me talk to some people before I decide.
Right. But a lot of the people were like, I did not like any of the other books in Station 11, and I actually enjoyed them. But I also think like, I haven't read any like sci-fi. So I was like, I could easily see me then like reading other sci-fi that people really like and being like, upon further inspection, maybe that wasn't that good.
And it's not, I honestly don't know that that's the case. Like, I don't even know that it's the sci-fi of it all. I just like the way she sets up the jumping around is hard.
It is literally confusing.
Why do it like this?
Totally. I kind of thought that she was doing it like that because of the time travel.
Probably. But I just kind of in general was like, hey, just let me sit somewhere for a second. Totally. Just drop me off and let me figure what's out with these guys for a second.
I get that. I get really overwhelmed when it's a lot of jumping around. I also really struggle with books where it's constantly switching between characters and there's a lot of characters. Those books, I read them and I just have to say to myself, actually, I'm not going to know what's going on for the first 100 pages and then we'll see.
Reading like Game of Thrones too, what I thought was so cool for him is he just named characters the same name. So that's actually awesome that there's 3 Johns in different locations. That's actually helpful for me.
So that is hard.
So there's Tyrians and Tyrans actually everywhere, which is really good. And there's 8 books and they're all the size of a Bible. So I'm just sort of like, but it is tough because you need to have like a visual, you need to like imagine what each character looks like, which I'm like, that's a lot to hold in your head. Sorry. Well, I think we have so many books to check out from the beautiful library where we learn chess at.
Yes.
We're all going to go take a chess class. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to read all of these books.
Yes, thank God.
What did you give me? You gave me some recommendations. Oh, yeah. I'm going to read this. Honestly, I'm going to do the Fruit of the Dead and the Compound. Yep.
Yeah.
I got those.
Those were both fun. And those are like good, but not challenging.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say they're like trash or whatever.
No. And with my beautiful recommendations in hand, I think I'm going to turn in.
You know what? I'm also getting pretty sleepy. Just like reading, a conversation about reading can also make you pretty tired. So I'm going to go to bed as well. And I'll talk to you next time. Good night, KP.
Good night, Sophia.